Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
All right, so we're kicking it off with John Gruden.
Yeah.
That is what's happening right
Welcome
now.
to the Meat Slapping Majesty pre-show, everybody. King Ricky Rose, Willie T, the K Murphy, unfortunately, is under the weather and will not be with us this evening, which kind of is a bummer because I need K to talk about New Japan. Because, by the way, on top of all the other crazy shit that's going on in wrestling,
A lot of crazy shit.
Forbidden Doors this weekend.
Yeah, dude, so much crazy shit. It's this weekend?
Yes, it's this weekend.
Fuck me, I'm not watching it.
I wanted to do a Forbidden Door party. I'm like, what? Oh, fuck, it's this weekend? It's all right, so back
Dude,
to
this Paracetes guy on Tampa Bay has another home run.
again, it's
He had
4.
three last night, one this afternoon, one tonight.
I know Nestor was
They're losing 4-0 right
Nestor
now.
was getting shitted on yesterday. I was watching
Yeah,
the game.
Nestor didn't do so well. But okay, John Gruden.
Yeah,
So
Nestor didn't have any control on it. Like, everything was going high. I'm like, you have no control on your pitch today, do you?
I am in no way, shape, or form, in any way, shape, or form, period, defending what John Gruden said or did. But god damn it, he's not the only one.
Oh, no, he's no.
He is 10,000% the fall guy and taking one for the team.
Yep. I mean, yeah. If that was what they got Goodell for, there's so much more. And Goodell was even part of the organization. Not Goodell. I mean Gruden. My fault. Gruden.
Like if I'm John Gruden, I am reminding every single owner and be like, I want, that guy tries to blackmail Morgan Freeman in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I would do that meeting to every single owner. For the rest of my life, I want $1 million, or I am bringing all of you down with me. That's what I would do if I was John Gruden.
Yeah, no, I mean he's trying to fight for like wrongful termination. Hello, Kavita. Hello, Mr. Frantz.
Dude, fuck you, wrongful termination. You can go fuck yourself with a rusty spoon. Wrongful termination. Fuck you.
I was on the Gruden train for a hot second when he came back, but then I saw like the writing on the wall. First off,
because he's your Raiders.
He was. But here's the first thing. That caught my eye with the Gruden thing when they signed him to a 10-year, $100 million contract. Why? Players don't get that much. Number one,
gross.
he also had final power over the general manager on any roster decisions and draft picks, which is a giant red flag.
Yeah. Was this guy Palpatine or something?
Which is...
I want to give emergency powers to one John Gruden, Misa.
Yeah, right. Here's when I really was like, fuck this guy. Trading away Amari Cooper, understandable, but it's still like you could have kept him because Amari became a good player.
He's getting up there in age, though.
Well, now he is. He traded away Khalil Mack. All right, they wanted to. It was like Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald were the two best defensive players in the league, and they were both up for contracts at the same time. And Khalil Mack won an X amount of money. Aaron Donald ended up becoming the highest paid defensive player of all time at that moment. And Khalil Mack's like, well, you should pay me at least equal to that because, number one, I was the defensive player of the year. I was a former defensive player of the year, multi-year Pro Bowler, defensive rookie of the year. Oh, and by the way, I was all pro in 2 positions in the same year. Jeez. He was first team all pro at outside linebacker and defensive end, meaning the all pro team on defense had 10 players because Khalil Mack was 2 of them.
Dude, that's wild.
And John Gruden was like, no, we're going to trade you.
Yeah, so he gutted the team.
He gutted the team, yeah.
But why, though? Because
he wanted his players in there. And his players suck.
Ego.
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 And you know what was really shitty? So Raiders are playing horribly, obviously, because everybody saw this fucking coming. And by the way, all of his draft picks, like there's only maybe 3 or 4 draft picks in his like 4 years with the team that are still on the team. But after he trades Khalil Mack that season, like 3 or 4 games into the season, they had just lost the game due to like a shitty defense. Because I don't know, you got rid of your best defensive player, and he had the audacity after the game to be like, it's really hard to find a good edge pass rusher. I was like, wow, John, you traded away the best one on the offseason. No shit.
Idiot.
After a while, I was like, oh, this guy can go to fucking hell. This guy can fucking eat shit.
You gotta love stupid people, dude. You can always rely on stupid people.
Yeah, John Gruden always had this weird bias. John Gruden was great if he was a quarterback coach. Like, he was a straight quarterback coach, he's brilliant. Knows Reese can work with QBs real well. Everybody else, not so much.
Yeah, dude, my friend is still on the Gruden train because he's a diehard Bucks fan.
All right, let's break that down for him right now if he's ever listening to this. Okay, that team was built already.
All right, well, I will say this: the Bucks taking him out of their Hall of Fame, I think was like just like what's the point? It has honestly right now it has nothing to do with
It
you.
has nothing to do with the Bucks, no. But it just,
Nothing to do with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making this about you?
Yeah,
Like, you shouldn't have. You don't gotta. You don't gotta kick a guy. You don't gotta kick a guy while he's down.
he shouldn't have been in there in the first place, in my opinion. He didn't do shit.
I don't know enough to say yes or no.
I'll explain to you. I'll explain to you how he got to that point. So Tony Dungy, who ends up winning a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning and the Colts.
I love Tony Dungy. Big fan of the Dunge.
Tony Dungy was the head coach before Gruden in Tampa. Okay, and Tony Dungy's a defensive mastermind. He set up that defense. That offense could have needed some work. Yada yada yada. Tony Dungy ends up getting released for reasons that are unbeknownst to me. I only know the Raiders side of it. John Gruden was the head coach of the Raiders. Al Davis, when he was alive, is one of those owners that just like Al Davis pretty much grew the Raiders from scratch, essentially. He's done every position known to man, won a couple of NFL titles as a coach, was a GM, is the owner of the Raiders, and he's also like an alpha male, so you can't really tell him shit. And Gruden's also like a hard-headed guy, so you can't really tell him shit, but they were good together, but they also butted heads, and at some point, they butted heads too much, and Al Davis was like, fuck you, you're fired. So, Al Davis fires Gruden. Gruden gets picked up by the Bucks. Gruden's successor is Bill Callahan. Okay? And already the Raiders were a damn good fucking team. And Bill Callahan's like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. We're just gonna completely do exactly the same thing that we were doing before. Which is fine. You had Rich Gannon, who was the NFL MVP. You had Jerry Rice on one end. You had Tim Brown on another end. You had two Hall of Fame wide receivers to throw to. They were the number one offense in the league. And this is great because you didn't have to change anything, and you're kind of sitting pretty until you went up to the Super Bowl. And who did you go up and face against? John Gruden and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And because you didn't change anything, and it's literally on the documentary of the Super Bowl, they didn't change call signs. They didn't change anything. The Bucks knew everything that was going to happen, and that's why that Super Bowl was a wash. Because the offensive players were like, the Bucks were calling out our plays.
Right.
Before we could snap the ball. They knew what was coming. And I'm like, Bill Callahan, you fucking idiot. Like, change the playbook. Like, just in case you go up against the old coach who wants them.
Yeah, right? Well, that's why Tennessee is good against the Pats. You got Vrabel against Belichick.
Yeah.
You know, Vrabel knows
everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And he's just like, he's just like, you know what? Just give the ball to Derrick Henry. He'll be fine. Everything else.
Yeah.
I saw the other day, it was like Derrick Henry got like 5,000 yards and 55 touchdowns like his senior year of high school.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's a monster.
Yeah, the guy's just terrifying.
It's a scary individual just like go up.
Dude, he broke his foot like week 6 last season, give or take.
Oh yeah, came back before the playoffs, right?
And came back for the fucking playoffs. And dude, not only that, like he was my fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
He still finished like the top 10 of running backs.
It's so
like,
gross.
Ridiculous. Like he went out number 1, and like 4 weeks later he was like number 3. It was just absurd how many touchdowns and points that man got.
Yeah, so I'm happy that Gruden's gone. By the way, you know who is getting subpoenaed by an oversight committee? Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, she would know because the head of the oversight is some House member from New York. I forgot what her name is. And she was like, well, we asked Dan Snyder to show up to, answer some questions about the investigation, blah, blah, blah. But she said, currently, he decided to take a trip to France and his yacht is parked in a tourist town. I was like, wow, she's pissed because she found his location. She's like, well, that's going to end because he's going to get subpoenaed. Show up.
That's hilarious.
I was like, wow, she's really pissed about this.
Dude, I hope I can tell Congress to fuck off one day and they gotta drag me in there kicking and screaming.
With a subpoena.
That's a life goal.
So your life goal is to get subpoenaed by an oversight committee of Congress.
Yeah, dude, means you're doing something right. If you're pissed off the government that much and you're rich, I should probably put that in there. If you're rich, because if you're Julian Assange right now, you're fucked. But if you're anyone else, yeah, if you're rich, that sounds great. Means you're doing well off in life, and you know what? You're never gonna go to jail. You're rich. Please, you'll be just fine.
That's like what was it? You remember the beginning of? Do you ever see Iron Man, the second Iron Man?
Oh, I love the second Iron Man.
Where first he's getting subpoenaed by an oversight committee. He's like, oh, this is my competition. Nah, fuck you. And he walks out. He's like, fuck you, I'm gone.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Oh my god, Iron Man 2 is actually a really good movie.
Dude, Iron Man 2's great. I like Iron Man 2 better than Iron Man 1. I
I don't know.
I said what I said.
Iron Man 1's iconic for me.
I don't know, dude. I think Iron Man 1 is incredibly overrated.
Really?
I get it. It kicked the whole thing off. It's a good movie. It gets credit it deserves. But, like, dude, out of the best superhero movies on there, it's my best superhero movies of all time. It's not even in my top 5.
That's fair.
That's probably because the first 3 are all Spider-Man. And then maybe like the Dark Knight for sure.
Of course.
Like it's definitely Spider-Man 2, X2.
X2, wow.
So I fucking love X2.
I'm a big Days of Future Past fan.
Days of Future Past was good, but there doesn't have to be watchability of X2. So Spider-Man 2, X2, No Way Home, the new Spider-Man movie, Dark Knight, and then Spider-Man 1.
Mr. Prince, I see what you say about Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is actually good. It kicks off from it's a straight from the comics tale, essentially. But, Mr. Prince, if you've seen Shang-Chi, which you should see Shang-Chi, it kind of retcons the Mandarin thing and actually works in its favor. So
I'll say Iron Man 3 aged well.
I think it does, too.
Yeah, if I had
it's
in
still
theaters,
funny. It's like
yeah, right. Like if I saw it in theaters, I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like that'd be like at the end of Obi-Wan, like Obi-Wan think go fight. It was his brother, like Bobby Bond or something. It's just like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah, right. Oh man! By the way, did you see Obi-Wan last week?
I did see it last week. Last week was
Oh
Vader just destroying the fuck out of that ship.
Yeah,
Vader's just like, no, come here.
I was like, he's walking really fast. Like, what is going on? I was like, I don't think Vader walks as quickly. The best is when he just fucked up the third sister. He was like, oh, you want to fight? He didn't even use a lightsaber for half the battle.
Yeah, dude, he just used the Force.
He just moved around. I was like, what?
Dude, I want a 3-season Vader show immediately.
And he just fucks everybody up.
Yeah, dude, he's just the biggest heel.
Like, I couldn't believe his moves. I was like, wow, he's like a kung fu master. Like, he's like Muhammad Ali. Like, you ever see the video of the guy has Muhammad Ali in the corner and he's trying to punch him and he can't hit him?
He can't hit him.
That's exactly what I thought when he was watching Vader.
Ugh.
He literally broke the lightsaber in half, threw it to her, was fighting for a little bit, knocked it out of her hand, and brought it back to him. I was like, you're an asshole.
I do like the third sister, but she's kind of weak.
She's whiny.
She's very whiny.
And like I get the motivation for it, but like it's a tough conundrum because I think she's intentionally whiny because she's still like a child. Like even
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Because Vader's like, you didn't think I know who you were?
She's supposed to be what? She's supposed to be 17?
Some shit like that. Yeah, somehow survived the way to becoming almost an Inquisitor.
All right. So I hate a teenager. That's you know what? Job well done, Disney. I take it back. I like her now. She's just a whiny. Yeah, she's a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, like I think that's her motive. Like she's just trying to. She was trying to kill Vader, and like she tried.
She tried, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, she's kind of all over the place, like as a character.
Yeah, I mean, Obi-Wan helped her out with, like, getting the moment. He's like, oh, you don't really want to kill me. It's like, you're trying to use me so you can kill Vader. Like, their little moment they had is like, oh, I get it. And then she's like, what makes you think this is going to work? And he's like, oh, he's going to be looking for me. He doesn't give a shit about you.
It's also like, remember, like, 2 episodes ago when she had, like, multiple chances to kill Vader?
Like, when she was in the ship? Or she was in the castle?
Yeah, like, she's met with Vader, like, multiple times, like, oh, now you're gonna try and kill him? Like, what was your plan?
I think she wanted to get Grand Inquisitor status, kill Vader, and then she becomes the ruler of the Empire.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I think that was the motive all along. Like, she baits Vader with Obi-Wan. Vader's so distracted by Obi-Wan that she can just take him out, and she realized that that's not the case.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch got stabbed twice and didn't die. I don't know why the fuck was wrong with Qui-Gon, all right? Clearly, it's not that hard.
Well, didn't Qui-Gon fall down like a pit?
No, that was Darth Maul. Got cut in half and fell down the pit.
Yeah, he's alive. Well, you knew that already, probably.
Qui-Gon they burned him at the pyre.
That's right, they did burn him. Danielson is opening up Dynamite tonight. Do you know AEW has another weird show that they're coming up with in a couple of weeks?
AEW, like Sunset. AEW, noon 30.
Noon 30.
I don't say 12:30 in the afternoon. I love saying noon 30. Start using it. Make it a thing. I fucking love saying it.
I'm probably not going to make noon 30 a thing. I'm not going to lie.
You know, lunch is at noon. Nah, let's meet at noon 30.
Yeah, my lunch is at 1. What was AEW? I saw it on Twitter that they have tickets on sale for some shit. Before we get the show started, obviously. But I saw the preview for the Elvis movie, and I'm just like, this seems great, but I'm just not all about it.
Yeah, I've seen it in, like in the ad, the trailer, and like every time I've been to the movies in the past few months. It came out this past weekend.
It's coming out this weekend.
It looks meh.
It looks okay. Like, okay, I get it, Elvis. So I'm just like, I know the backstory. It's like, he stole this from black people.
Black people stole it from other black people.
I know, but and I'm just like, oh, this sounds like, I was like, because they're making it seem like he's like this innovator of like pop culture and music. I'm just like, this isn't really true.
Well, it is true. He brought it mainstream.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. He brought it mainstream. I'll give you that.
So that's I'm not saying he invented it.
Yeah,
but he definitely brought it mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael Jackson didn't invent the moonwalk, but he made it mainstream.
Oh no, he did not. No, he did not invent the moonwalk at all.
I mean, that's the thing, like, dude. All culture is stolen from other cultures.
This is very true. Speaking of which, I saw a funny video. I think it was a TikTok or something, or it was some girl's walking around London. She's like, oh, it's like, hey, so I went to a bunch of people. I was like, hey, you want to go to a place where like you can see a bunch of stolen shit? And I was like, yeah. And so they brought me to the British Museum of Natural History. I was like, wow.
Dude, yeah, the British Museum is a giant palace of stolen shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really stolen. I should say conquered.
No, stolen.
Conquered. Back then, it was a conquering.
Yeah, they still stole it.
Well, no, they won. They won the war. That's just how life was back then. They just took take each other over.
They weren't fighting anybody. I think they were just colonizing, I think.
Yeah, they won. And then it's like this is welcome to Britain. They own like 95% of the world. Yeah, dude. Of course they're gonna take shit.
And they're like, oh, we gotta give us back now? Oh no. We'll give you independence. Independence? We get to keep your fancy shits?
They should keep it. Don't give it back. Fuck it. It's a symbol of your what you used to be.
Yeah, now you guys have tea and crumpets and drive on the wrong side of the road.
if they drive at all. Apparently, people in Europe don't really drive.
No, in the big cities they do.
Big cities that do, but I was just like, last week it was like Euro Truck. No, it's like truck. You know, like one of those truck simulator games, like a farm simulator.
Yeah.
I was like, who fucking plays these games? And Nash just goes, Europeans. They're obsessed with driving.
There's a goat simulator too.
Goat simulator is awesome.
Okay. So before we get started, did I tell you about the flight simulator update?
Yes.
Did they put the Pelican in the flights?
Dude, Jazz's dad loves Flight Simulator.
Really?
Got the whole rig in his basement. It's actually really cool.
He has like an actual,
really
he has some
bad at
like
it.
simulation machine.
Dude, he's got the whole like the whole works. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's like it's a few $1,000s worth of flight sim. He needs to. I told him like, dude, you gotta upgrade your graphics card. You can make this so much cooler.
Should have gotten that for a 5 second. Like here's an updated graphics card. Just have
Fuck
fun.
that. I gotta buy one for myself first.
Speaking of flights, I know we're like 5 minutes into 8 and all that shit. But since we're on to the flight thing, saw Top Gun this past weekend.
Oh. I honestly haven't seen the first Top Gun, but I heard this one's outstanding.
You don't need to see the first one, really, because they kind of just tell you everything that happened. And there's, like, a flashback sequence. And literally, my girlfriend and I, we watched it, we watched Top Gun here, and then we went out and saw Top Gun. So it is literally almost like piece by piece the same exact intro. They just updated the fonts, but like,
love it.
I was like, "Wow, Tom Cruise, really?" Like this is how you're going to start. But it's a better story than the first one, and the action sequences are brilliant. Like the aerial combat is absolutely insane. And Miles Teller, man, from Project X to supporting character, really good job.
Dude, watch Whiplash.
Is that Miles Teller?
Miles Teller, and that's he's a drummer because he's actually a drummer in real life. And J.K. Simmons won the Oscar for the music instructor.
Yeah.
And this guy is a fucking cunt. He is such a dick. You want to see a heel? You watch J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. He is phenomenal.
Really?
Absolutely phenomenal. The Whiplash is an incredible psychological mindfuck of a movie. Because like you leave that movie going, wow, I have been mentally abused by watching this movie. And that's a compliment.
All right, so before we get started, apparently according to Mr. Fred Danielson, opened up Dynamite, and he is rumored and not cleared to compete for Forbidden Door or Blood and Guts. Wow, so AEW, really fix your stage.
Dude, everyone's getting hurt right now.
Yeah, it's the worst time. The worst time. We can talk about it a little bit more. So you ready to get into the show? Because I am so ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this damn thing. Can I get a countdown, sir?
And 5, 4, 3. Let me go.
2.
3, 2.
There we go.
Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, just like our title says, we talk about the recent events involving Vince McMahon and the WWE Board of Trustees. Plus, was Sasha Banks secretly released? Did Riddle almost beat Roman? Oh,
No.
Yeah, Forbidden Doors this week, too, just in case you forgot. So sit back, relax, and maybe jump off some steel steps because it's episode number 297 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight Music.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Vince McMahon.
Oh, baby, I can't wait to talk about me some Vince motherfucking McMahon.
Yeah.
Mr. McMahon.
Oh my god, I'm choking up with excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 297 of Kings of the Rings podcast, so cleverly called The Vincident. I am your host, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T, Will Tarasuk. Unfortunately, VK Murphy will not be with us this evening. They are feeling a little bit under the weather, so we hope that they get a speedy recovery and that they're feeling better, and that they'll be back for next week's show. But for now, it is just myself and Willie T. It was a little bit of an augmented design, which I actually really kind of like. I did a really good job on the fly here, if I want to pat myself on the back. So we've got a lot to talk about. There's been controversy after controversy after controversy, and a whole lot of random shit going on in wrestling. We're going to try to cover it all.
So wild.
Yeah, we're going to try to cover it all, as well as talk about Forbidden Door, which is happening this weekend. That thing that AEW's trying to do with New Japan that actually is just kind of cursed in the first place at the moment. Because the next few weeks are going to be wild, because you think about it, we're at 297 now. 298 is our Money for the Mark show, because we got to do Money in the Bank next week. You know,
Shit.
299 is like that recap is going to be the fallout from Money for the Marks and all of that stuff. 300 is it's episode 300, which I'm there's so much going on in wrestling. I haven't been able to plan episode 300. I have an idea, you know. But before you know it, then you got SummerSlam, so it's going to be a tight window.
Dude, a lot of shit's happening so fast. Before you know it's going to be Royal Rumble.
Seriously.
Like, dude, that's time is going by so goddamn fast. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen winning the NXT UK tag titles. Thanks, Mr. French, for that spoiler.
The UK tag titles, that's still a thing?
Mm-hmm. The UK tag titles are nice. You haven't seen them?
No, the fuck, what? I've never watched, did I even finish watching the first UK tournament?
Really?
I watched half of it.
You never finished the first UK?
At work when I was looking for new jobs like 4 years ago.
The first UK tournament was good.
Yeah, I got through half of it. And I was like, this is cool.
Nice.
And I just don't care.
Well, you're missing
Too much
out.
wrestling, man. Way too much wrestling. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we can do a podcast without watching the actual product.
I miss UK tournament because Michael Cole was actually good, because like you get to see Michael Cole without Vince McMahon in his ear. I was like, wow,
he's the best.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you're really good at this. You know, so, but it is what it is. But speaking of Vince McMahon, oh man, we're not going to get there yet. Even though K Murphy is not here, we still want to remind you guys about our Protect Trans Lives merchandise that we are selling for this entire month of Pride, where 100% of the proceeds of this design, if you're watching us on video on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, designed by the K Murphy, is on sale in our merchandise store. Click the link in the description below this to purchase yours. The design protection line can be found on a tie-dye shirt, can be found on a regular shirt in multiple colors, a V-neck as well, tank tops for men and for women or people of all genders. Protect Trans Lives, the 100% of the proceeds for this design and the sales of all this merchandise will go to the National Center for Transgender Equality, who fights and advocates for equal rights for all trans individuals within the United States. So again, our Protect Trans Lives merchandise, it's going to be on sale for the next couple of weeks. Go get yours. I do know, Will, because I've been in contact with them, the Vaz family has purchased some of this merchandise themselves. They were not able to wear it because they went to a Pride parade, unfortunately, but it didn't come in until this Monday. But they did purchase it, so thank you, Vaz family.
Shout out to the Vaz family.
Yeah, you know Johnny's like in middle school now.
I know. I
can do math. I was like, do you follow his mom and dad on Instagram?
No, but I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a few years since I've heard the name the Vaz family. That kid's probably in middle school by now.
He's got, I have to show you the pictures. He had like a middle school dance or something like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Johnny's dressed to the nines. Like, he had some great shoes.
I don't doubt it. The Vaz family is a classy family.
Yeah, they're a great family, and hopefully one day, whenever I decide to break my Boston curse, we'll go and hang out with them. Wait, Survivor Series, right?
I think it's Survivor Series. Yeah, dude, I'm down to go. It's my hometown. Might as well.
We've been trying to do Boston since SummerSlam was supposed to be there before the pandemic.
Yeah, SummerSlam 2020.
Yeah.
Whoops-a-daisy.
So yeah, please go purchase. I actually have to purchase my. Good thing I get paid this week or tomorrow. Actually, I think. Anywho,
tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah, I get paid tomorrow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. I hate getting paid on Thursdays. But let's talk about Vince.
Oh, this fucking genius of a man.
Let's rip it out. Let's
start at the beginning.
Let's start at the beginning.
Last week this story broke out. We were recording. We kind of made light of it. Well, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're still gonna make light of it because I mean, if you're not probably a true wrestling fan, if you haven't heard of some sort of Vince McMahon sexual assault allegation, we're not trying to make
Dude,
light
I
of
was
sex.
just like, what? Did Tori Wilson start talking again? What happens?
Like, we're not trying to make light of Vince McMahon sexual assault allegations, but it's just like we've heard this before.
Also, these are not sexual assault allegations.
Isn't this what was hostile work environment?
No. This was a consensual relationship. So it depends how you look at it.
Okay.
Right, the whole power dynamic thing. It's just like I just don't believe in that.
In HR, it's an HR disaster, is what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
I would advise against it, but
Yeah.
he didn't do anything illegal.
You know, and the board is within its right to kind of look and just to double check to make sure that everything is as copacetic as it apparently seems.
Now the board is double checking to make sure he didn't use company funds to pay her off.
That
is what the board is doing. That is all the board gives a fuck. Make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The board is just like, did you use personal funds? We're going to make sure. And if you did, you're in the clear. Welcome back. If you didn't, fuck you. You're gone.
I do have some information about this. I would shout out to my source, which I will not give away just for purposes. Brad Shepard did report a source in WWE Direct with knowledge of a situation tells me the woman referred to in the investigation, her name is Janelle Grant. The settlement was for $3 million, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty crazy. So with all of this going on, which is a lot of money for an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, essentially, aka a gag order, if anybody has never heard of it, yes, meaning you cannot talk about this publicly. So in light of this investigation, Vince McMahon said, "I will fully cooperate," as he's supposed to do. Okay, let me reiterate to everybody and the rest of the IWC and Marks and stuff. We were trying to make a big name out of us and kind of throw McMahon's name in the mud with every chance they get. Vince McMahon is doing everything that he's supposed to do. The board in WWE is doing everything that they are supposed to do. They are following procedure of any corporation that would have this happen to them. Vince McMahon said, "I will step down from my position for as part of the investigation." John Laurinaitis actually was also indicted in this as well as being
he's fucked.
As being a major player. He according to Bleacher Report, he was placed on leave, officially placed on leave, and his person who's taken, who's going to be now the interim head of talent, Bruce Pritchard.
Good fucking luck, Bruce. You fat bastard.
Bruce
Can't wait to watch you have a... Well, I shouldn't say that. I can't wait to watch you fail.
Yeah. You know, so, again, all of this is common that any company would do this.
Also, it's also very common for CEOs like this to hit on their secretary and like end up being in a relationship with the secretary.
It is a major
or someone who works
category.
for them because, dude, they're always working, right? Vince has been working on WWE as CEO of this company for 40 years, right? Like, dude, who else is he gonna fuck?
Was she a secretary or was she a paralegal? Because I heard paralegal.
It might have been a paralegal. I was just using secretary as an example. But like, dude, corporate America, people, CEOs, people up there, they're going to fuck who they work with because they're, spoiler alert, they're always working.
A lot of the time you get higher up, and if you're as much of a workhorse as Vince McMahon is and still continues to be at the age of 74, which, my goodness, you probably work more than you see your family.
Of course. Hell yeah, you do.
You know,
goddamn right. You got a $1 billion company to run.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that's neither here nor there, but that's just a fact of the position that he's in.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, there's also a reason, to your point, there's also a reason why, like, the boss secretary thing is like a giant porn category.
Oh, of course it is.
It's facts.
It's a total fetish.
Yeah, it's a fetish.
I mean, but it's also it's based on real life, and I would advise it. I would advise against it, I should say.
Yeah,
don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, for my company, I would definitely advise that people who work together do not date. I'm not going to say you can't do it. I think that's stupid.
No.
Probably disclose it. You probably have to disclose it. I'd like to know, but I'm not like, you know.
I will take something from my former employer as part of our employee manual and handbook. They did not discourage relationships at all. They just said you had to disclose it, and if under review they felt like it could be a potential abuse of power, they weren't going to force them to break up, but they may want to, just for the purposes of not trying to have any abuses of power, may have to have somebody consider move to a different part of the agency.
I mean, that's one thing, but dude,
Yeah.
the whole power thing, I'm like, dude, that's not for you to decide.
It
Like,
also determines if he abused power.
Who are you to decide that, though? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like, who gets to decide if it's an abuse of power? It's probably the people in the relationship.
well, yeah, but it also depends on if that floods into work. Like, you can have a consensual relationship, but if you're like using things against them in order for them to do things for work or out of work, then it becomes an issue. An issue of
That's
ethics,
fine,
yeah.
but then you're minority reporting them. You're assuming something could happen before it happens.
Well, we don't know. I think that's why the investigation's all about money. But they're also trying to see like if there anything happened in the workplace.
Yeah.
You know, in fact,
I mean, it's like, listen, this don't make it a problem. It's not a problem unless it becomes a problem, right? Don't make it a problem. It's not a problem.
so,
And like, I don't know what happened here with Vince, but apparently it became a problem. And
Yeah.
then there's like, all right, we're gonna move you to Johnny Ace and give you a fat salary increase.
Mm-hmm.
Which that might be somewhat illegal because that's not nepotism, but it's
it's not
like,
nepotism.
it's pay for play or whatever.
Oh, you were talking about quid pro quo?
Yeah, like favoritism, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, Vince's kids sit on the board. Like, what the fuck is that?
But it's also a family-run organization too, so like it's
Yeah. So I mean, there could be some like legal or moral, ethical boundaries that Vince crossed, which is also what they're investigating.
Yeah.
But this is about money, and Vince will be totally fine because relationship was consensual.
From what we know, that there was some sort of agreement that they were in a relationship.
Oh, we would know if it wasn't because
Yeah.
that would be the first thing out of that woman's mouth,
Yeah.
as it should be if
Yeah.
that actually happens.
So and yeah, we're just gonna see where the funds came from and stuff. I mean, Vince has enough money where he can just like whatever.
Yeah, and dude, and what's this guy gonna do? He's just gonna go on TV and confuse the fuck out of you.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
we're gonna get into that.
Booking.
So
that's the Vince I know.
So it comes out what, Thursday night? Then Vince is going Thursday night, Friday morning. Vince McMahon is going to voluntarily step down as CEO, and the interim CEO and chairperson of the board is Stephanie McMahon, who was on leave and is now back in the position of power.
Who was like pretty much told to step down because we didn't have confidence in you.
And now we're just like, you need to help us so badly. Like, we need your
It
help.
was like we just need you for as a public face of the company. We'll handle everything. At least that's what I hope.
Smile and wave,
I mean,
Steph. Smile and wave.
Smile and wave. I mean, I don't think Steph's actually gonna do anything.
No,
think
she's just there to hold the ship together until Vince.
Yeah,
Vince
you're Stephanie's a name on a piece of paper, which again I think is totally fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Steph's good PR. I have never seen.
I love Steph.
I've never seen a bad Stephanie McMahon interview.
Yeah, never.
Put it like, yeah, Steph is fantastic PR. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
She did send out an email internally. I'm trying to pull it up right now from Brad Shepard because he did get a.
The tweet that was maybe the tweet or just like, wow, your PR rep wrote that so fast. I just want to go, Steph. Tell me how you really feel, because I don't believe a goddamn word of this tweet.
It wasn't
Not
a tweet. No,
one
she's,
word.
She sent out an email. Did Brad Shepard block me? Oh no, because I spelled his name wrong. Okay. But it was an internal email sent to the I think the employees or what have you. It was tweeted a couple of days ago from Brad Shepard. Well, I didn't know Brad Shepard was this much of an insider, but apparently he is. Also, in the small amount of time that Vince McMahon has not been CEO, he finally settled his lawsuit with
The XFL.
the XFL. I was like, wow, that was quick, Vince.
Well, yeah, he has to because the new XFL is coming in.
Well,
The
yeah,
Rock's getting ready to wheel and deal.
yeah. No, it was.
So I found Stephanie's tweet.
I feel well, not the. I found the email. So the
Okay,
email
you
says
first.
a press release is being simultaneously released with this email saying that the independent members of the WWE board are forming a special committee to research some allegations mentioned in the Wall Street Journal article. My father, Vince McMahon, has voluntarily stepped back his responsibilities as WWE chairman and CEO until the conclusion of the board of directors investigation. Vince will continue to oversee all creative content during this time. So he's still in charge of creative. This is Vince. This is Vince being like, I'm going to do a wrestling show without the responsibilities of running an organization.
Vince is like, finally, I have more of a free schedule to go on TV again.
And so Stephanie says, I will be returning from my leave of absence and assuming the role of interim chairwoman and CEO. I love our company and I'm excited to continue to work with our president and chief revenue officer, Nick Khan, and our chief financial and administrative officer, Frank Riddick. And of course, I look forward to working with all of you. My door is always open. Thank you, Steph. That was the email she sent out internally. So what's this tweet that you have?
I feel like Stephanie McMahon doesn't write any of her tweets.
As she shouldn't. She's that high up.
Until the conclusion of the investigation into recent allegations, I am honored to assume the role of interim chairwoman and CEO. I love WWE and all it continues to do to entertain billions around the world, which is its cookie cutter. I am just making a statement that means nothing. Thank you, now leave me alone.
Yes, better than a Tony Khan tweet, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. But since it's like, Stephanie, I want to know how you really feel. I would have rather her have said nothing than say this.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on. Vince.
Oh, I love you, Vince. You
Vince,
clever dog.
Vince rolls back. He's stepping down, and immediately on all WWE social media, they blast out Vince is opening up SmackDown. I literally woke up to an alert saying Vince is opening up SmackDown. I called my friends. I called Charles, and I was like, I don't care what you're doing tonight. You're watching SmackDown. Vince is opening up the show. Because I can tell you, people were going nuts. Like, he's showing up to SmackDown. What is he going to do? What is he going to say? And he said absolutely nothing and walked back.
And then everyone immediately turned off SmackDown. Dude, yeah, he came out. It's like, people are going to go, what does that mean? What does it mean? He's just going to go, Bruce Pritchard's just going to go, so what does that mean? Vince is going to go, huh? Oh, that? Nothing. And walk away.
French, I'm interested in your comment because we're going to break down this comment. Vince being investigated and still going on TV, that's either bold or incredibly tone deaf and stupid. He's innocent, still proven guilty. But wow. Yes, it is wow. I don't know if it's tone deaf or stupid. I think it's actually brilliant.
I think it's so brilliant. And he's innocent until, what does he have to be proven guilty of? Like, he's on crime, he's on trial, he hasn't been arrested for
No
anything.
charges have been officially filed at all
yeah,
whatsoever.
like, I mean, there's not even allegations, really.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out where the money came from.
Yeah.
Because you cannot use
like
company funds on a publicly traded organization.
So I guess maybe company policy
I
might be
guess.
that's what they canceled Vince over, company. Ooh, spooky fingers. Yeah, I wouldn't call it tone deaf or bold. I just call it just genius.
You have to realize Vince McMahon is a pop culture icon, whether you like it or not. If I went on the street and asked 10 people, "Do you know who Vince McMahon is?" 9 of them will probably say yes.
Yeah, of course.
Vince McMahon is leveraging his popularity to help boost ratings for the show that he helped build from the ground up, for the promotion that he helped build from the ground up. He's using his celebrity and his star power to help his show get more eyes on the show. That's brilliant.
Not only that, but also nobody's talking about the allegations anymore. I know we just did for like a half hour, but like moving forward, everyone's gonna be talking like, what is he doing? Everyone's just so confused. They think it's so stupid. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. No one really cares about the allegations anymore. It's just like, what the fuck is this crazy old man doing?
And
it's a bait and switch, dude. It's such a bait and switch.
It's a bait and switch, and it's working.
It so works, dude.
His music hit on Raw, and I was like, what?
I was like, what is he doing? He's like, everybody's just been like,
I want surprise Vince appearances on every wrestling show ever created. I want a surprise Vince I want Vince to show up on NXT and be like, "The fuck is this? Is this what Triple H has been screaming about for 5 years?"
Dude, I want him to come down to the ring and go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias!" And that's it.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that stroke of genius
Be
too.
fucking better, dude. It was incredible. I loved every second of it. It was amazing.
I want Vince to show up on Dynamite and be like, "Tony Khan, piece of shit," and like walk away. Like, I want Vince to do one-liners in every wrestling promotion.
No, he walks in and goes, "Huh, you're still a B-plus player. And you, Christian, you're still ugly." Ah. And then they have to walk.
Now, if he goes up on AEW, does he come out of a heel tunnel or the face tunnel?
Dude, he gets the Cody entrance. Dude, he gets the wrestling has more than one loyal family. No chance! That's what you got.
Yes.
Puppet!
Yes. Yes. That's the one. That's the one. Someone needs to remix that really quickly.
Wrestling has more than one royal family. Puppets!
Oh my god. Yeah, Vince.
I love Vince McMahon. I'm going to be so sad when he dies.
It is going to be a shame. And at this point in time, I don't know anybody who's in the position of power who uses anything he can to make sure that his show gets over.
Yeah, dude.
Vince McMahon, in my opinion, in my lifetime, and Vince McMahon is arguably the greatest promoter of all time in any business whatsoever.
Like maybe Don King?
No, I think Vince
Don King only managed one person, really.
Yeah. Vince has gotten more people over and still himself over in the same, like, the pop he gets whenever he shows up.
Dude, he turned the circus into a $1 billion media conglomerate.
He's lasted longer than the circus.
Yeah, he put the circus out of business.
Yeah. Like, it's, oh my god.
I kind of want to go to the circus, dude. I want to go to Big Apple Circus so bad.
They don't exist anymore, do they?
They do, actually.
Big Apple Circus does?
The Big Apple Circus is still around.
Ringling Brothers doesn't, so it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Let's move on from Vince. We'll attack that Triple H thing, because I have no idea what the fuck that means. Let's go back to my boo Sasha. So, nothing is confirmed about what we're about to talk about at this moment. This is all rumors. The rumors are flying that Sasha was quote-unquote secretly released, that Sasha's lawyers got involved and they're trying to negotiate a release. There are words saying that a lot of the superstars, or a good amount of superstars in the back, believe that she actually was released. However, I did check WWE Superstar page this afternoon. Sasha's still there. In my opinion, she's not released until WWE makes a statement. And also, in my opinion, it is one thing to secretly release the Velveteen Dream. I understood that. I get that.
Yep, that's what I would do.
You know.
But they still announced that, though, too.
I did. Oh well, Triple H announced it on a call, I think, or like a media call or some shit. But it's one thing to release the Velveteen Dream, but I think it's another thing to release Sasha secretly after you made such a hissy fit over all of this shit.
Yeah, it's like you made it more public than it needed to be.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna handle it behind. Fuck you.
I don't think it's settled at all. I don't think she's released.
I don't either.
At all. And even if it was a thought of releasing her, which I understand that, but you do not release her. Like, Vince can be going through all the allegations he wants. Vince knows, I think in the back of his heart, he's not trying to release Sasha, because that's a dumb move.
Yeah.
That's an absolute dumb move.
Wait it out. You're waiting out your contract. You can't do nothing.
You know, I can understand waiting out the contract thing, whatever. You know, it's a sly tactic, but it's a tactic nonetheless. But you outright release her, I think that's a bad move.
Yeah.
You know, but I get if Sasha's had her wits and wants to release. Like, Sasha's been in WWE for 10 years, or close to 10 years, and in my opinion, she's probably had more marquee matches than any of the other 4 horsewomen.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Think about it. I can name 4 off the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. Let's test that theory. What are you for?
My 4, Sasha Bailey won
Uh,
in Brooklyn, NXT.
I know the match. It's my favorite match. Is that marquee?
That is a marquee groundbreaking match. Did you never heard of a story? You know how NXT did live events?
Yeah.
So, during we went to a live event during
Yeah. They always vote that.
They
match.
always vote that
No,
match.
it goes down in history, but that wasn't really the marquee of that show, and even so, that
It
NXT
stole the
was
show.
still it stole the show. I'm saying like marquee match is kind of like the main attraction match, right?
So you want me to say signature matches of her career?
Or you want to go memorable matches?
I would say
Okay.
signature. We'll say signature match. I think she's
Okay.
had-
All right. Okay. In that case, okay. Yeah, one for sure.
Yeah, I'll give it that. Charlotte, Sasha, not Hell in a Cell, the Falls Count Anywhere
On Raw.
on Raw, where she
Okay.
puts
Yep.
her in the bank statement in between like the
Yeah,
barrier.
her first title. Her first title.
I think it was the second one.
Second title.
The second one,
Second
yeah.
title. You're right. Second title.
She puts Charlotte in the bank statement. In between like the barrier between the steps. It's an iconic look. Then we move to Sasha Bailey Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
And then Sasha Bianca at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Those are my top 4 right there.
All right.
She has
Charlotte.
more because I like her match with Asuka when she went down to NXT Great American Bash and did the triple threat was fucking amazing.
Don't remember that one.
She did Great American Bash. She showed up in a car with her fucking dog and Bailey. It was around the pandemic.
Right.
I
Okay.
can even say her whole pandemic run with Bailey kept that company afloat.
Yeah, they had to do something.
When you move towards the other 4 horsewomen, for Charlotte Asuka's the number 1. I think that's her best performance.
Yep.
Charlotte Becky at Evolution.
Yep.
Um,
You go Charlotte Becky again at SummerSlam when Becky turns.
was that a good match, or was that just really good because Becky turned at the end? We all wanted Becky to turn at the end.
Or do you want to do Survivor Series when they beat the fuck out of each other because they hate each other?
I would go Survivor Series because they hate
Like
each
Survivor
other.
Series?
Yeah, I go Survivor Series because they hate each other. I would also go as far back as Natty Charlotte.
NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got that. You got Charlotte winning the triple threat at Mania with Sasha and Becky. The red title.
That was also the best match on the card.
You got the triple threat at Mania with Becky.
With Ronda?
Yeah.
I didn't like that match.
Yeah, it's a marquee. It's a highlight though, career highlight.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So she's up to 6 right now.
Mm-hmm. Bailey doesn't have as many. I don't think Becky has that many either.
Becky doesn't have as Becky and Becky don't have many. So it's Charlotte or Sasha, which is kind of unfair because most of them match with each other. I'd even give Charlotte the Hell in a Cell with Banks. So you still gotta add 2 more to Banks's then.
Yeah, so they're virtually tied.
They're virtually tied.
You know, so the arguments there are Sasha's potentially up there with the greatest female performers of all time, if not the greatest female performer of all time. Just that they gave Charlotte more titles than Sasha did.
Her and Charlotte are 1 and 2. It just depends how you break that down.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why it is still a horrible move to let Sasha go. But if she wants to go, and then there's no stopping her, and it is what it is. At this point, it'd be a shame because I feel like there's more that she could do. But then again, is there?
Yeah, dude, this whole situation is the problem of egos. That's really what it is. It's just two sides on an ego trip.
Mm-hmm. And eventually they're gonna have to come to some sort of compromise.
Yeah, because once money gets in the way, ego kind of goes, ego will flare up. Then once it kind of dust out, you kind of like, well, ego, take a back seat for a second.
Let's talk this out. It's not to say that this is the end-all be-all for Sasha's career. I think Sasha has Hollywood coming down the road for her, because she's already crossed over into Star Wars.
Yeah,
as Coach Reeves.
It's possible. She could be like I don't know if she'd be a great action star.
I don't know.
She's too small. I don't know.
Tom Cruise is like 5'5".
True. That's a good point.
She has the athleticism to be a good action star. Like, she can take a bomb, obviously.
Do I think she'd be a great stunt woman?
Yeah. You know, I mean, they didn't give her much in when she was in The Mandalorian, but they gave her enough. You know, and it's a start.
Yeah, she didn't talk. She didn't talk that much. She was just kind of there.
She did do a tornado DDT, which I was like, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yo, can't wait for Mando season whatever 4, whatever the fuck.
I think it's 3 officially.
3, 4.
Yeah, 3 officially. So
Great.
more to come on Sasha Banks as who the fuck knows. So this match actually happened. Riddle and Roman. And did you watch this at all or nay? Will?
No, I saw Brock came back and I just laughed so hard. Didn't even want to watch SmackDown.
It was all right. Put it, Roman let Riddle get all of his moves in.
Yeah, I saw the highlights. It
And-
looked like a great match.
Oh no, it was Riddle. Riddle wrestled the best match I've ever seen him wrestle. Because you know what it was, and because we've talked about this with Riddle even before he was signed to WWE. His fire up is amazing, and he went into fire up mode from the jump. And he was going like that the whole time. I was like, oh wow, like he's really going. He's playing like, you know, you injured my friend, I'm gonna kill you angle. You know, and it worked. And Roman let him play and hit all of his spots. And it was at one point believable that Riddle almost would have taken this off of Roman. But that also shows you how good Roman is.
The handsome devil.
I know. I should have seen this coming because they were in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I just totally didn't think of it because he lives in Canada. And I noticed like the match ended at like 9:55, and I was like, I was like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know math and television.
And I was like, Roman's gonna do his whole acknowledgement thing. I was like, okay, this is how it's gonna end. And then like the savior he is, cowboy hat and everything. What a picture. Brock comes back in the hat. I was so happy he brought the hat back.
Dude, this again.
He brought the hat back. He's
Again?
face to face with Roman in the ring.
Again.
Offers the John Cena handshake like when he first
Again.
returned. F5 the entire bloodline. And guess what, folks? SummerSlam, Brock, Roman,
Again.
last man standing. I have some stats.
I love that logo.
That logo's-
I love
yeah.
that SummerSlam logo.
Oh, it's
God,
so pretty. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh, that's nice. That's clean. It's sleek. But again, this fucking match again.
All right, listen. This is the 9th time overall that they have faced each other.
Good God.
This is the 3rd time in 9 months that they've wrestled each other as well. I can tell you, Randy and John Cena had more matches. This is the Randy and John Cena of this iteration of WWE. This is what you're always
kidding.
going back to the well. In my opinion, I was there at WrestleMania, which would have been their biggest match ever. Which should have been their biggest match ever. And it had all the workings for the biggest match ever between them until Roman fucked up his tricep. And I was left a little disheartened. But I am willing to be like, we can try this again at SummerSlam. This makes sense. You know, for me at least. But also I think about the fact that WWE ran into this issue of that when someone's on such a mega run like Roman is, you got to keep on feeding him new people, and they ran out of people. And like it was probably going to be Randy, but then Randy got hurt.
Yeah, Randy got hurt. Could have been Cody.
Cody got hurt. Yeah, you know. And you got to keep feeding people, but the only thing that could probably help Roman's thing...
I mean, there is no one else.
There
Like,
is
don't
no
get
one
me
else.
wrong.
And also,
There is nobody
you got to
else.
sell out an NFL stadium. Brock's still a name that will get people... It's Nashville. They see Brock Lesnar and be like, how nigga, we're going to come down to watch Brock. You know, like, that's what's going to happen. Brock is still going to help you sell. Roman's going to sell. I also think... This is a swerve, but before I talk about that swerve, well, what are you thinking?
Again, we're doing this bullshit again. Dude, it's like, what story could you possibly tell with this for this build?
I don't think they have a story.
Okay, go on.
Next week, John Cena returns.
I know you think it's gonna be a triple threat. I don't see it happening.
I see it because it's not. It's too apropos because also Flair's doing his quote unquote final match that weekend as well, and so it could be the story bearer is John Cena going for the record, but he also has to beat Roman, who's at his prime, and Brock, who Cowboy Brock is the best Brock of all time in his prime, as well. And can John Cena defeat the odds one more time and break the record? I think there's a story there because you think of SummerSlam's past, Brock beat the shit out of John. 2015 SummerSlam, the Cena squash. And last SummerSlam, Roman beat John before Brock came back. I think you tell a story here because I think that's how you alleviate the same old shit. From a not a conventional, from a non-insider or non-mark fan, you put Roman Reigns, Brock, and John Cena triple threat at SummerSlam, I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah, I'll sell.
That'll sell. That'll sell. I do hear rumblings, Mr. Fretz, of Cena versus Theory, which okay, cool.
I'd love that.
But I like Theory versus Bobby right now.
I also like Theory versus Bobby.
and with like
Theory's such a good heel right now.
It's the heel we saw in Evolve.
Dude, he's just such a fucking Gen Zer, dude. He's what everyone thinks Gen Z is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He's got a little bit of the model Rick Martel in him as well. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
He
needs to be a little more sleazy like Rick Rude, though.
Yes. Which, unfortunately, the Velveteen Dream had that Rick Rude sleaziness to him.
Dude, he had the hip swivel. Dude, there's nothing better than Rick Rude's hip swivel. I swear to God. I watched it the other night because I was watching ECW, and it's phenomenal. The hip swivel. He's still got it, even though he's dead.
Yeah. He, whose wife did he put on his pants that one time?
Oh, it wasn't Elizabeth?
Wasn't it Elizabeth?
Oh, let me Google that. That's a Google.
Because I know he put somebody's wife on his pants. And it was supposed
Rick Rude wife pants.
It was supposed to be a work, but I think it turned out being a shoot because he was an asshole.
Jake Roberts'
Jake's wife. Thank you, Mr. Fretz.
Yeah, on his crotch, dude. What a move! Wow, I would beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. So Last Man Standing, this is your SummerSlam main event. I'm for it. Fuck it. We'll see what happens. They got a whole stadium to fuck up. Let's do this.
How do you do a triple threat Last Man Standing match?
I don't think you do a triple threat. Actually, yeah, let's do triple threat Last Man Standing. Fuck it. It would have to be elimination.
I guess. Yeah, that's the thing with your theory, dude. It's already announced. It already has a gimmick. I think that's all you're gonna get. I think that's how lazy the booking is right now.
And
dude, you gotta fill out the full card, right? Two of your three top stars are gone.
Yeah, and you don't have much time because you think about this. Money in the Bank's the beginning of July. SummerSlam's the end of July.
Yeah, you don't have until mid-August.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, they're fucked, right? They're in big trouble right now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with this card because I feel like Money in the Bank and SummerSlam are essentially going to be one pay-per-view. You're just going to have a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah, night 1, night 2.
Because they're so close. So don't be surprised if there are a couple of rematches at SummerSlam.
I mean, dude, Rhea Ripley is even out. I don't know what's up. I think she might be pregnant.
What?
That's my guess. My guess is she's pregnant.
Well, Rhea Ripley is out, but you know who's replacing her? This beauty.
Oh my God.
Carmella. Hi, look at that face.
I forgot she was on the roster. Dude, I hate Carmella. Carmella makes me sick.
Carmella has a charm to me. It's unfortunate, but not unfortunate because she actually is a good wrestler, but
no, she's not.
She's I said good, not amazing. But they did a whole segment about this to kick off Raw, and Alexa Bliss owned her.
Yeah, just destroyed her.
I was like, wow. Alexa Bliss said everything we've said on this podcast for the past 4 years.
Yeah, it's like you'd think Carmella was hitting on Alexa's husband, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, we'll get okay."
And have you seen Alexa's husband? Ryan Cabrera gets on my nerves. I don't know what it is about him.
I don't know him.
You don't need to. He's on Miz and Mrs. a lot.
Gross.
Yeah, he's best friends with the Miz.
Dude, I hate Alexa Bliss's new music. Did I tell you that yet? Stand up,
Yeah, you did.
right up, come on,
You know what it
it's
is?
just like it's just girl power.
I don't I don't get Alexa Bliss's new music. By the way, it's Bianca replacing Rhea because she's injured or not medically cleared, whatever the hell. Like that could mean a bunch of shit.
I'm telling you, dude. My guess is she's preggo.
Who from her boyfriend?
I guess I don't know. It's just a guess.
Wow, that'd be such bad timing.
No kidding.
No, because I don't remember any time where she got injured or anything. Like it wasn't like there was. Who knows? But this will be a decent match. Rhea has something with. Oh, is she fucking getting? She's getting chompers like Roman did for a while. That's what Rich says. Rhea has something with her teeth. She's probably getting new teeth. That takes a while to heal. To put like screws in your gums and shit.
I need new teeth.
Yeah, we all need new teeth. But I think this will be fine. Carmella's a good worker.
God, fast. Like, I wish it's the time I wish I could fast forward live.
But no, she's good. I think she's underrated in her talent, but she doesn't show her talent often. She did do a mean super kick at the end of that Fatal 5-Way, which was a good match on Raw as well. My only thing with Carmella is they don't let her use her finisher too much, the Code of Silence, which I think is a fantastic finisher.
It is a great finisher. Yeah. We do double that all the time.
It's one of the best finishers ever, but she never uses it, which I think is one thing lacking from her character. And besides the fact that she doesn't ever do anything by herself, which is another thing. But anywho, let's move on from Raw. And Will, can you join me in giving a round of applause to WWE for pulling off Elias and Ezekiel? I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed. This could have been lazy and ridiculous. Luckily, it was just ridiculous. In the best way possible. I saw this was happening. I was like, oh, I'm watching Raw.
I'm the only thing that tipped me off, I was like, Elias's beard was never that clean. But besides that,
it looked great though.
Yeah, besides that, fantastic. Like
for a second, I was like, dude, what if it was a swerve and he actually has a twin
brother, and we never knew.
And we never knew. And I love like the all Raw or whatever.
Oh, when Kevin Owens flips out again.
Flips out. He's got a third brother. Dude, the whole thing was just done so well. It's like because I don't like. Did they go to a commercial break after the match and then Kevin Owens is limping backstage?
No, it wasn't. It was straight after.
It was just straight out of it. So I was like, how did Elias get back there in time for that final part?
And I was like, oh, they taped it, I guess.
And then but Kevin Owens looked like he just came from the match though.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
It was very well done.
Yeah.
Like this picture we're seeing here, this was done in '98 with three people.
Yeah, with Foley. Yeah, with Foley. That was really weird.
This is more like I could probably figure out how they did this. I'm trying to think how they do it in '98 with 3 people without like CGI and shit.
I don't know, and that was even very well done.
Yeah, it was live. Well, this was also live, but this was great.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was so good to see Elias.
It was. I wanted a concert.
Like, wow, I forgot how over he was at one point.
Remember when he was over with Kevin Owens?
Mm-hmm.
And they would do concerts and sit down together. Like I forgot where they were. They said something so vile to the fans. They booed him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that. It might have been Cleveland.
I think it was probably Cleveland. It's either Cleveland or Toronto. Because he did shit on Toronto.
I don't think it was Kevin Love shit on Toronto though.
Oh no! Elias shat on Toronto, then Edge came out. I was during SummerSlam pre-show.
That is true. That did happen. I remember that. That was awesome. God, that was so awesome.
The only thing I ever wanted from Elias was I wanted him and The Rock to do a Rock concert.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my ultimate dream right there.
Remember he was Elias Sampson?
Yeah, for a hot second.
His NXT run, he was Elias Sampson.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Mr. Fretz. He goes, it was Seattle when they talked about the Sonics. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like, but they really missed the Sonics. Didn't see that one coming. It's like, damn, guys, did we hit a sore spot?
Seattle goes hard for their teams, man. I can't blame them. Props to him, but props, like, I don't care where this goes now. I saw Elias and Ezekiel on screen at the same time. They pulled it off. Like I want him. I want Elias to do this every week for the rest of his career.
Dude, this was better than Mizdow. All right, this was better. This is way better than bringing in Damian Sandow.
I don't know. I loved Mizdow. Mizdow was great.
I don't know. Mizdow was great, but if they brought in Damian Sandow to play Elias,
Yeah,
that
no,
would have been
no,
even
that would have been
extra.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a little. Kevin Owens couldn't have pulled that off, dude. Kevin Owens is the star of this story because he is making this bullshit work. He is so good, dude. I'm still thinking of that Sami Zayn promo where he just hugs him.
Oh my God! Someone who believes me.
Thank you.
I love because Kevin Owens is being absolutely ridiculous about his freak out. It's so good. It's so good, and give Kevin Owens a title run or something because this is fucking great. He deserves.
Yeah, dude.
He deserves this new contract.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. All right, so let's move on to some non WWE controversial stuff or whatever. But among everything, AEW has Forbidden Door along with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's not the first time New Japan has partnered with somebody. They partnered with Ring of Honor, and they had this whole tour called War of the Worlds. Or if you guys have ever heard of that, it was a series that they did every freaking year. So this isn't new ground for NJPW. New ground for AEW. It's this Sunday, June 26th at the United Center. As of this recording, and as we know of right now, even though Dynamite is going on right now as we're recording, there are 6 matches. There's a rumor about 4 matches were going to be announced tonight at Dynamite. So it could be up to 10 matches, but there are 6 matches confirmed as of right now. And we're going to go through the 6 that we know for sure. Obviously, starting off with the CM Punk Invitational, a.k.a. the AEW Interim World Championship. Featuring Jon Moxley, surprise. We had a whole eliminator tournament just for Jon Moxley to win anyways.
Yep.
Versus my favorite NJPW superstar of all time, the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Well, is there any chance Hiroshi Tanahashi even comes close to winning this title?
Oh, close for sure.
Okay.
Definitely. It's going to be blood and kickouts galore, but he's not winning.
Yeah, I don't see AEW being that generous with their title.
And I think Mox is the right call.
Moxley Punk to unify would be fine.
Yeah, D-Bry's hurt.
Yeah.
Where's MJF? That's what I want to know.
He's not been seen anywhere. That's the other wrestling controversy is where's MJF? It's like, where's Sasha? Where's MJF?
They're fucking. I knew it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if MJF shows up can you imagine an MJF and Sasha faction-ish type thing? They were like a power couple in wrestling.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Oh man, but yeah, I think John wins his second. What are you laughing about MJF and Sasha?
No, dude, my other Discord, these people, I'll send you these memes in a little bit.
Gotcha.
They're absolutely absurd. They're Bert and Ernie memes.
Oh, great. I love them. Anyway, yeah, Jon Moxley wins, I think. Well, Tanahashi going to put on a show, and he deserves to put on a show in front of an American audience, as he deserves to be seen because he is an excellent performer, has been for many, many years. Up next on our card, the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm, Toni Storm's getting a push against Thunder Rosa. Do we put the belt on Toni?
I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't care. None of these two are Britt Baker.
Because they haven't built anybody up as big as they built up Britt.
Dude, I'm not even high. I was never high on Thunder Rosa. I don't like Thunder. I'm not a big fan of Thunder Rosa in general.
She's okay. She's fine. She's good. She's happy-go-lucky face. I love the the face paint.
I like the face paint.
Because it's homage to her heritage, which is pretty cool. But they never invested in Thunder as much as they invested in Britt, and that's also the problem. A lot of AEW women's performers, they don't invest in them. Jade is getting lucky because Jade Cargill is just a bad bitch, and now she has Stokely.
She is a great character.
Yeah, and she has Stokely. She has Stokely on with her, one of the best talkers in wrestling. So
yeah, I give her like a 26
on the Bret Hart scale.
She's just a 6 in ring. That's the only thing.
She's green.
That's 6 as a compliment to
Yeah.
her right now.
She's green. But yeah, no, at this point they're gonna keep it on Thunder, as I think Jade takes it off Thunder Rosa.
Yes, please.
I would love to see Jade be dual champion as well. I think that'd be cool to see.
Yes, please.
And start build around Jade more so. Build around Jade and Britt if you're like you're supposed to. Next up,
Yes, please.
the IWGP United States Championship. I don't know how this is going to go. You have the aerial assassin, a flipping madman, pun intended, Will Ospreay, versus slower than a tortoise, Orange Cassidy.
Shocking.
Yeah.
First of all, shocking he returned, and he's gonna go 1-on-1 with Will Ospreay. I thought Will Ospreay was supposed to be like one of the best people in the world.
Well, you remember his match with Ricochet that like fucking broke the internet.
Yeah, they couldn't hit each other.
Yeah, they were always flipping around and shit like that.
Yeah, it's just
it's
like,
it's a clash of styles, and I get styles make fights, but I don't know about this.
it's like I thought Will Ospreay would use a bigger star than Orange Cassidy,
or somebody who wrestles like him. Than
like,
Orange.
why not like Pentagon or something?
Pentagon's stuck right now in the All Atlantic Championship tournament. Which is what we're going to talk about next. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. This is going to be weird unless Orange Cassidy all of a sudden, out of nowhere, is like flipping all over the place with hands still in his pockets, by the way.
A 450!
Yeah.
Hey, hit him with the orange pill! I love Excalibur, dude. Excalibur is like my favorite.
I mean, it's such an interesting matchup. I guess. I mean,
I'll watch it.
yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see how they pull this off with their different styles.
Yeah.
Like, is Will Ospreay just gonna be flipping around all the time, and then Orange Cassidy gonna do like a slow mo kick, and the crowd's gonna go nuts?
Dude, I'll never forget seeing Orange Cassidy and Evolve. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That flip where he landed perfectly on the guardrail in a smiling pose, I was sold. I was like, wow. I was like, I'm sold on this guy. All day, every day. But he's not winning. Will Ospreay's keeping this title. I don't think many titles are changing hands unless, for the interim title on this show. But moving on to the All Atlantic Championship. I'm still laughing at the clip from last week with the All Atlantic title and how ridiculous it is.
Absolutely absurd.
So Miro's confirmed. Pac is confirmed. There's a fatal 4-way, by the way, for the All Atlantic Championship. The winner of tonight's match, Malachi Black versus Penta, will get in. And then also a to-be-announced NJPW superstar. Could be fucking anybody. Who wins this? It's not the NJPW guy. I'm telling you that right now.
I'd give it a Miro.
I'm fine with giving it to Miro. I would say either Miro or Malachi Black. Ishii is going to be the New Japan guy in the match. All right, thank you, friends. I would say Miro or Malachi, if Malachi makes it.
One of the M's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever underused former WWE guy, that's the one who's going to win.
That's not named Pac.
That's definitely not named Pac.
All right, Mr. Fred says he has the winner of Black versus Penta, which apparently has just happened. Who is the winner? So we can tell. Better be Malachi Black. Better be Malachi Black, friends. Yeah, it's not named Pac. I can't see Pac. I still think of Pac, and it's really bad to me. I still think of Pac with the fucking cape from NXT.
Oh, the cape in the ears. He's so cute.
And it's his little point to the sky.
Yeah. Aw, he's like a child.
So it was Malachi Black. So it is going to be Malachi Black in this match. Malachi Black beats Penta. So we got Miro, Pac, Malachi Black versus Ishii. Fatal 4-way for the All Atlantic Championship. One of BM's, Miro or Malachi, will win the All Atlantic title. That's what we think. Moving on to a winner-take-all triple threat tag team match with the Ring of Honor champions FTR the IWGP Tag Team Champions, Jeff Cobb, who's a fucking great performer, and the Great Okan versus NJPW's Roppongi Vice. You know what would have been great for this, Will? If you had, I don't know, the AEW Tag Team Champions in there as well, and do a true winner-take-all?
Yeah, it'd be pretty rad.
Even more so, this is still, I can see this opening up for the card for what we know right now. But I like it. FTR, Jeff Cobb, and Great Okan, and Roppongi Vice. Now, whoever wins these titles probably is going over to Japan for a little bit, because they're going to have the IWGP World Tag Team Champions titles with them. And I think it's going to be FTR.
You think they go to New Japan?
Yeah.
But
They don't need to be. They don't need to be on AEW. They have the ROH titles. ROH doesn't have a show just yet. They can go to New Japan, fuck around for a while, and then when ROH has a show, they can come back.
Maybe they're on Dynamite every week though.
As the ROH champions.
Yeah, they are, dude. They're on Dax the Axe has been doing a singles run for a little bit. Like FTR is very over right now. Do you want to take them away?
I want to take those titles off of TV.
I don't blame you. But it's winner take all, right? So
it's winner take all, yeah. So they're gonna they're gonna
lose,
have to go to Japan.
But if they lose, then they lose their belts.
Yeah.
Then they can stay on Dynamite without the belts.
They could. I don't think they're gonna lose though. I'm very pessimistic about this card. I think it's gonna be very AEW centric, featuring New Japan. But we'll see. But I think for some reason FTR goes with those belts and does a run in NJPW for a while. Because what I would like to see FTR maybe put those titles on the line at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't think FTR's ever done Wrestle Kingdom. These guys are one of the best FTR is one of the best tag teams of the last decade, hands down. And I think them going to Wrestle Kingdom would be a great honor for them to say what they did.
I agree.
And I think they put in the work to deserve that. They have, wherever they go, they put on fantastic matches.
Yeah, they're great together, too.
Yeah, fantastic together. And I forgot which one. Which one helped revive Edge? The one with hair. Whatever, but...
dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Dax. Which one's Dawson? Which one's Dash? Which one's Dax? Which one's Axe?
I don't know. One of them helped revive Edge when Edge was coming back, which is cool to see. But yeah, I'm going to go with FTR. Who'd you go with?
I kind of like Roppongi Vice. That's a cool name.
There would be an interesting wildcard. Roppongi Vice is an NJPW faction or NJPW team, so they're an easy kill. So we'll see what happens. I'm interested in this. And the last match that we know of thus far for Forbidden Door, we have a trios match where it's going to be Christian Cage, Minoru Suzuki, that crazy motherfucker, and Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. This might be a very bloody match, I will tell you that right now. A lot of these guys in this match are hard-hitting, except for Jericho. Are hard-hitting, strong style influenced like wrestlers. It's going to be a very, very interesting battle. I'm interested where they place us to, but I'm gonna go with Eddie here. Team Eddie Kingston, because I'm just a big Eddie Kingston fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll go with Jericho.
You think Jericho still has more in him?
I do, because Blood and Guts is like also next week.
Oof, that's a big turnaround. And they're still trying to build Sammy, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, he turned heel again.
Yeah.
He joined the Jericho Appreciation Society along with Lance Archer and like 2 other people.
How many factions has Jericho been in since he's joined AEW?
Like all of them. He's the wizard now.
He's not Le Champion.
He's not Le Champion anymore.
He's the wizard.
He's the wizard.
I think. All right. I I hate to say this, but I love Jericho. He's been a brilliant performer for so long. I think he's running out of ideas.
I agree.
I think he's running out of ideas.
It's like, dude, it's okay to go back to something. But, like, you've been around forever, dude. It's
okay. Yeah, it's
like
okay.
we know you like to be reinventing yourself all the time, but you don't gotta do it so often.
Yeah, like
You can still be the champion. It's fine.
the champion was a great gimmick.
They're all great gimmicks. The Rainmaker was a little weird.
Oh,
The face paint or whatever.
yeah,
Painmaker.
Painmaker, yeah, Painmaker Jericho. That was his New Japan run.
Dude, that was just like midlife crisis.
Clockwork,
I'm still a wrestler, guys.
Clockwork Orange Jericho.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking weird.
Yeah. So that's all we have for Forbidden Door at this moment. I'm interested in buying this pay-per-view.
I am not.
I'm interested. I did want to do a giant Forbidden Door party, but like everybody seems to be getting sick or something, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I got word that one of my friends from Hofstra is gonna be in town this weekend. I don't know if you know James Sabatino. But he might be around, so there's a lot of shit going on. So I gotta figure it out. But
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
it's gonna be Sunday.
Fuck.
Sunday
Fuck
at
that.
8.
Fuck that. I'm not driving back to Long Island at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, no, it's not a good look for you. They just put you on a train. I live right there.
No, I would drive.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting at least an 8 on this. I think there's too many good performers for this to be bad.
Dude, I have no expectations. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. It lost a lot of steam because Punk's not on the card. I will say that. And
Also, they've been teasing like Hangman Okada. They've been teasing Hangman versus Jay White. They've been teasing Adam Cole versus Jay White. I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
Jay White is they also have the NJPW title supposed to be on the line as well, and we have not picked an opponent just yet. And Jay White is supposed to be having an opponent too. Switchblade Jay White. Shout out to Switchblade. So like I said, there's supposed to be 4 more matches on this card to make this a 10-match card. So who knows what's going on right now. Pretz will probably fill us in like he always does. Thank you, Mr. Pretz. But moving on to some updates.
Damn, Fred's Christian Cage. That's quite the fucking promo.
Yeah, from what I can see from it. Let's move on to some updates. As obviously Money in the Bank is next week, which means we have Money for the Marks next week as well. And here is our current Money in the Bank card for the men: Seth freaking Rollins, Drew, Sheamus, and Omos, who thankfully beat Riddle.
I mean, thankfully, fuck Omos.
No, because here's what really ticked me off. So Riddle lost to Roman, and according to the stipulation,
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, him winning the briefcase is stupid.
yeah, and according to the
No, you're
stipulation,
right.
he can't challenge Roman anymore. But Riddle was acting on Raw. He's like, I'm gonna go to Money in the Bank and I'm gonna cash in on Roman. But I'm like, you can't do that because that's challenging him for the title.
Yeah, but man, like he didn't see it coming, so you know. So
I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. And so I'm happy Omos beat him, which is fine.
yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of big men in this match, but whatever. Oh, Money in the Bank usually has one of those anyways.
I'm sure Ricochet will squeeze his way in there, or Chad Gable or something.
Shoosh.
Dude, even that gauntlet match with Bobby Lashley, I even enjoyed that.
Listen, Raw's doing some good stuff right now.
I'm a big fan of Bobby. Put Bobby in this match. I wouldn't be upset. Well, no, Bobby has theory.
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't be mad if Bobby fucking won this thing.
Bobby's doing great work.
I love Bobby. Dude, Bobby's holding his own right now.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's gotten out of MVP shadow.
It's his. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say shadow. At least on the mic.
Yeah.
I'd say those two are pretty even for each other. They definitely elevated each other.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, did you watch the Hurt Business's Table for Three?
I did not yet. I heard it was good.
I liked it. I liked their message. Their reasoning behind the Hurt Business I thought was very, very
Was it close to what I had theorized the whole time?
kind of.
Okay.
There's this the whole thing was it's not a black or white thing, it's a green thing. It's a green and gold thing.
Okay. So it's
And I was just like, yes, that's why the Hurt Business is a success.
mhm. All right. So that's why it's almost the same with Kofi's push leading into WrestleMania 35, where it wasn't like a black or white thing. It was just that Kobe just happened to be representing a lot of people at one time. He just happened to be that figurehead.
Well, I mean, they talk about like being an inspiration and all that, but like, they're an inspiration.
To
Not,
more than just the African American community.
Yeah, they're an inspiration, not just like a black inspiration.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like even though black people, like black kids wearing suits and all that stuff, like they wanted to portray an image that's not stereotypically black.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Which is similar to what the New Day was trying to do for a while as well.
Yeah, like they're like, we don't want to be compared to the Nation. We also don't want to be compared to Evolution.
Yeah, they wanted to be something completely different.
And they were different. They were different than both of them.
Yeah.
Like, they were businessmen. We're businessmen.
Yeah, we're businessmen. We're here to get business done. We're here to get shit done.
Yeah.
And they were good for a while.
And that their message, I think if they weren't in the pandemic era, they would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But Shelton and Cedric just weren't believable. They weren't believable threats. Like they believable in the gimmick.
Yeah.
They just weren't believable threats or like believability credible. It was the Bobby and MVP show.
Yeah, because the other two couldn't speak really. Shelton's very mediocre.
The other two just didn't really contribute that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my thing with the Hurt Business.
Yeah, which is a shame. So, Okada is on Dynamite. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Moving on to the other side of Money in the Bank, the women's match is a little bit more filled out. Raquel Rodriguez, formerly known as Raquel Gonzalez, Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka beating Becky because Becky, for some reason, can't get a win at all. So I'm very interested to see how Becky's going to slide her way into this match. She's got a week left, so we'll see how this is.
Dude, dead ass. I hope she's not in the match. She just comes down, loses her shit, and just grabs the briefcase
and runs away.
And that's the bell rings. I genuinely hope that's what happens.
And then Adam Pearce has to come and explain, well, the only rule is the first person to grab a briefcase.
Yeah.
And she grabbed the briefcase. That would be... I actually kind of like that booking, to be honest.
It's so stupid. It's a terrible idea. Never do it. But that's what I hope happens.
Yeah. But she steals it from Liv, because everybody wants Liv to win.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. I'm still not. I love how she ate the pin on Monday. I was just like, yeah, fuck you,
that
internet.
super kick was beautiful, too. I was like, wow.
No, dude, I don't know. I still like Asuka, but the rest is just like, I don't care about any of you.
And the Money in the Bank would be, I wouldn't say wasted, but it would be too soon for Raquel.
It's like, dude, all these women, other than Asuka, are interchangeable.
Raquel's too green. Lacey, if she was a heel, this would be perfect for her. Liv is your lovable loser that probably is the fan favorite.
Yeah, but she needs to lose. That's why she's lovable.
I know. Yeah, that's the issue. If she wins, it becomes a non-issue.
If she wins, it's like, oh, you're really not that good, are you?
Asuka's won before. Bliss has won before. So
I'd say give it to Alexa, but it's like she doesn't have a character.
I'm very confused with what Alexa's character is too.
It's like, why are you still holding the doll?
Yeah, but not really using the doll.
Why are you so pale? I don't remember you being that pale. Are you sick, Alexa? Are you okay?
You either give it to
not you, Alexa. Sorry, different Alexa.
You either give it to Liv or you give it to Becky at this point.
I'm not gonna lie. I called my Google machine Alexa yesterday, and she was just like,
"Excuse me."
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. How can I help you? And I was like, oh shit, she's mad at me now. I was like, I don't like that feature. Take that shit out. Or Amazon or whatever the fuck it is. I think it's Google. Google, take that shit out. I don't want to deal with that bullshit.
That's really funny. So what's your updates for your Money in the Bank card? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit filled when Money for the Marks comes around. One of our premiere shows next week. Speaking of which, it's time to the end of our show. We're going to go back to something that Vince McMahon said on his really quick stint on Raw before he decided to literally jump out of the ring. And he talked...
What a jump, dude. He was so excited.
Did you see the picture? The picture's amazing.
I did. What if he just rolled his ankle and that was it?
When I watched it live, it looked like he jumped because he was about to do a misstep.
Maybe.
You know? And that's the only reason.
Or maybe it's John Cena makes him all giddy.
I think so. He said Cena's coming back, and he called Cena, which I was like, wow, that's really bold, because you said the same thing about Austin. The greatest greatest performer, the greatest wrestler of all time. So, well, it's time. Is John Cena the greatest of all time? Is John Cena the GOAT?
You know, now that John Cena has been a few years removed,
From like what? I mean, from like wrestling like all the time.
like just wrestling, it's pretty much, you know, we've experienced a few years without John Cena consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Austin's the GOAT.
I think so too.
I mean, Cena, here's the thing. Cena has way more. Cena has like 4 of Austin's careers on top compared to Austin's on. Austin was only on top like 2.5 years.
Yeah, before injuries.
Cena
and all
was
that
on
shit.
top for a decade.
Yeah. Because Cena.
I don't know, dude.
It's hard.
This is such a tough question. I mean, if you say Cena's the GOAT, you're not wrong. Like, I'm not like, wow, idiot. Like, but I think Austin was more over, and Austin was the bigger star, and Austin had more range.
Yeah.
And Austin was the better wrestler. And the better promo.
Austin was the ring master.
Yeah.
I mean, just look
Like,
at
Austin
look at what happened at WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. I wanted to be there. Dude, looking back, it's my favorite WrestleMania of all time, this past WrestleMania.
It was so fun. Both nights.
I think top to bottom, there was a perfect, everything about it was just perfect to me. I did everything hit. It really, like, 25 was my favorite. No. It was just 39 or whatever.
38.
38? Yeah, WrestleMania 38 is my new number one. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it was headlined by Austin.
Yeah.
And he still got it. Like, Austin is just the bigger star to me.
Yeah.
However, he is over on Cena on everything except for longevity and money.
Austin still has the most popular sold wrestling shirt of all time, I believe. I think Austin 3.
But Cena's like the highest merch seller ever.
Because he's just been doing it for longer.
And he has so much fucking merch.
Yeah. Different
Like,
color every year.
I would say, well, no, I think Bruno's Babe Ruth. Never mind, I take that back.
Yeah, I think Bruno's Babe, yeah. It's hard. I mean, I still gotta.
I mean, it's just 2 different eras too, but it's one of those two.
I mean, if you wanted to nuance it, you can say like, John Cena's the GOAT of the publicly traded WWE era.
Yeah.
Because he is that publicly traded face that everybody loved. He did all the right things, said all the did all the right things, said all the right things, did all the promos, did all the Make-A-Wish, the highest Make-A-Wish giver ever. Like, he's at like 650 now. You know, came early, stayed late. Like, he was a great talent for the time and helped keep WWE afloat and helped make them more money. They're like, we're publicly traded. We need to sell to the kids. Who's a kid-friendly character? John Cena. There you go.
Yeah, if I'm WWE, a publicly traded corporation, John Cena is the GOAT, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Rock who?
Yeah.
Hulk what?
Of that prior to publicly traded era, it's Stone Cold. Clearly Stone Cold.
Yeah.
You know, Stone Cold was everything that, and I think Stone Cold has what Stone Cold has above John. He has a better connection with the crowd. When the cameras are on, and even more so when the cameras are off. Stone Cold knew how to work a crowd and keep them entertained, whether or not the cameras were rolling. John Cena, at times, can be a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
It's a good trick. It works. But Austin knew how to make you laugh, you know.
Yeah, Austin has way more range as a character.
Yeah. And then when it became Stephen Williams and the cameras were off there, he has even more range because he's entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, Thugonomics Cena was pretty great, though.
Thugonomics Cena was great. That Ruthless Aggression Thugonomics Cena was good. But, I mean, he hit his final form when it became, 5 moves of Doom Cena. But it was... it is what it is, but... You're not wrong if you think Cena's the GOAT, but you're not wrong if you could say Cena's not the GOAT. Like, you win either way. It's about how you formulate your argument.
Yeah, it's literally how you formulate an argument. It's just debate. I say he's the GOAT. I do say he's the GOAT. I fucking love John Cena.
I'm gonna be my old ass and still go with Austin. Listen, I mean, I go a lot by emotion, sometimes, because wrestling is all about how you feel, and there's nothing that makes me feel that shoots my blood levels and blood pressure up to the max, just full of excitement and adrenaline pumping, than when that glass shatters.
I mean, you can still fuck it, dude. You can still say Hogan. Hogan was on top for like 2 decades.
Yeah.
Like you could say Hogan's the GOAT too, man.
You can. Hogan was golden era GOAT.
Dude, he was on top
And then
in the 80s
Hollywood
until like
GOAT.
2005.
Yeah. I will say Hollywood Hogan, greatest heel of all time. Greatest heel in wrestling history. Love me.
I don't know, dude. Vince McMahon was a great heel.
I love me some Hollywood though.
Dude, Hollywood.
like red and yellow Hulk, whatever, but Hollywood Hulk, that's my boy.
Dude, Red and Yellow Hulk. Red and Yellow Hulk. Without Red and Yellow Hulk, there is no John Cena.
That's
or
also
Stone
very
Cold Steve
true.
Austin. Like, dude, he was on top. Like he did everything Cena did without the internet, and he did everything Austin did without without the national exposure.
Yeah.
Like, he was a territory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in that Hollywood Hogan era, like, he took them from a territory to international.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made
did.
that leap. Hogan did.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hogan
was the right guy at the right time.
And you know, if you ask a wrestling fan who's 6 or ask a wrestling fan who's 76,
It's going to be a different person,
Hogan.
yeah.
Everyone knows Hulk Hogan. People who don't watch wrestling know Hulk Hogan.
It's like people like who don't like the Yankees, but they wear a Yankee cap.
Yeah, exactly. You can say the same thing about John Cena. I don't know if you can say the same thing about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You think he's that niche?
I think outside of wrestling, Stone Cold is not as easy as you'd think to recognize to most people.
True. From a pop culture perspective, Stone Cold is almost associated with an era of time, and not all of pop culture, where kind of people like The Rock transcends him.
Yeah.
From a pop culture perspective.
Exactly.
Hogan transcends everybody from a pop culture perspective.
Yeah.
You know, Vince McMahon transcends a shit ton of people from a pop culture perspective.
If you go Austin, Hulk, or Cena as the GOAT, it's one of those 3 because they got it all.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point in his current run, if he keeps on making surprise appearances, the GOAT is Vince McMahon.
I mean, he's the GOAT. Right? He doesn't count. Vince is in a league of his own.
Yeah. Seriously, that.
Like, you know, there's Mount Olympus. When you reach Mount Olympus, there's another Mount Olympus. This is Vince.
Vince McMahon struts around the peak when he's bored.
He's like, guess what? It's raining. Ha! Rain.
Oh man, they need another camp WWE. But be that as it may, folks, we are at the end of our show. Be sure to stick around for our pre-show. I don't really have much else to say unless there's another controversy that happened in the last hour and a half that we've been on. But
Wednesday's a great news day for wrestling.
It really is. It really is, because I'm just scared to wake up and be like, another controversy? Like, another thing going on? But hopefully this will slide down, and we'll get back to the swing of things next Wednesday at 8 p.m. when we do another live show. But until then, we're going to start our post-show. Before the post-show, cue that music, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode 297 of Kings of the Rings podcast, so appropriately named The Vincident. Even though Vince McMahon is no longer a CEO and chairman of the board, but doesn't stop him from running wild all over your TV sets and getting ratings galore. What a brilliant, greatest booker of all time. Again, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok as well, and also on YouTube and on Twitch and on Discord. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. Like this video if you're watching this video. Like this episode if you're listening to this episode wherever you listen to all of your podcasts. It helps us out with the algorithms. It gets us more seen and more people, so we can provide you with even more content. So please do that and you can listen to us wherever you listen to all of your podcasts by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth. Like, share, subscribe. The links to all of our stuff and all of our socials are in the description below wherever you're watching us or you are listening to us. K Murphy, we really hope that you feel better. Please help us to protect trans lives and help out the LGBT community by purchasing some of our merchandise. Again, the link to that is in the description below. Forbidden Door is this week, and one of us will watch it. We'll talk about it. And then next week, signature show, Money for the Marks. Will Tarashuk.
My name is Will Tarash. That is Mr. T as in Thomas, A-R-A-S-H-U-K. A lot of fun stuff going on in my world. I did an hour podcast with my current boss last week.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Me and Jill had a lot of fun. So that airs a week from today.
Nice.
And it was an hour podcast. I cut 22 clips.
Ouch.
Yeah. 7 or 8 like regular clips.
Yeah.
And then the rest are all TikTok and Instagram. It's going to be absolutely absurd. I'm getting pretty good at cutting clips under a minute. If you want to see all those clips, Talk with Tarashuk Baby is across all the internet and APS podcasts on the good old TikTok. Support your boy.
Yeah, so we come back next week, obviously. Talk about Forbidden Door, Money for the Marks. We might have a special guest if I actually get on my ass and bring them.
Is it Dave?
Maybe. we can bring back Dave. Or we might owe somebody a thing for us to actually go live. So, might be Dave. It could be somebody else. I want to have some guests. 300, we might have something special to do. We got to figure it out. I do have something for SummerSlam. Oh, it's because yeah. I have something. I have an idea. We'll talk about it on the post show. Until then, folks. Goodbye. Good night. Stay tuned if you are watching us right now for the post show, and we'll see you next week. Oh yeah, fuck you, Slack. What's going on in the world of in the rest of my life? Sorry.
Hick is losing.
How badly?
It's like 4-2 or something. 5-2 maybe.
Alright, hold on. It's gonna.
What do you want to do with Restream, by the way?
Sorry. I do have to figure it out because they're limiting their free stuff to only like 2 spots. So we are going to have to purchase it and then just invoice me.
So just let me know when. I can do it tomorrow if you want me to.
No, I got to figure it out. So I got to put all the stuff together. Which will be great because then we can go live on the page and all the other stuff, and then anybody essentially could use it.
Yeah.
I love this Vince McMahon meme, by the way. They've been memeing his leap and putting him on everything.
Oh, yeah, I saw this. Incredible.
Ezekiel McMahon. Oh.
And now forever together. Yeah, I saw this and I died.
Oh, man. So it's welcome to our Tip of the Crown post show, featuring some of the most savage memes and tweets from this past week in wrestling. Obviously,
no Ryback memes. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, but this Happy Father's Day meme that someone put up, amazing.
I should just go to like Reddit and just find like a Ryback memes. Yeah, this was also really funny. The Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, man. Oh my God! Also, this one that someone posted, which is great. It's from his environmental era when he was WWE champion.
Yeah, the sign. It was like non-recycled paper or something.
Yeah, I was like, wow, undefeated. Kevin Owens has left the chat. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. So I do have some ideas for guests. I have to get in contact with Danny. Because we kind of remember we were going to do a show live last year and then everything fucked up.
No, what happened last year?
Remember, I was trying to go live and some like the
Oh, that's right. Did we have to record it?
yeah, we had to record it after like a half hour.
Dude, I was so mad. Dude, I forgot all about
I
that.
feel like we owe her one. Number one. Number two. For episode 300, I was thinking about this today. What if we just did? What if we just answered a bunch of questions about the show and just reminisce? Like nothing crazy.
If we can get enough questions,
If we can
sure.
pull out questions and be like, what do people want to know about the show or whatever? Since we've done 300 shows, like, what do you want to know about the show? We can just ask. We can just go down memory lane that way and just totally be like a clip show because it'll be post SummerSlam.
I'm down. I'm down.
Or not
with
post.
that.
It'll be right before SummerSlam, I think. And also for our SummerSlam preview show, I thought about this today, and I hate that I'm saying this, and it's going to be on live, whatever. But sure, Mr. Fred, you want to do money for a cameo and only and fan videos? Go right ahead. Fan videos are approved as long as it's not Slack. Speaking of which, how about we do Summer Slack?
Summer Slack.
SummerSlam preview show.
That's pretty good.
Our SummerSlam preview show. I respond to him on Twitter, which I haven't. He messaged me 2 months ago, and I forgot to respond.
I do like Summer Slack.
Our Summer
I really like Summer Slack.
Summer Slack, our SummerSlam preview show featuring Slack. We'll have Kay design the.
Dude, it's gonna be a hot Slack summer, dude.
Let me actually freaking So next week would be.
You gotta get that SummerSlam font too.
Yeah, yeah, that's to be the best. So next week would be the 29th, the day before Vaughn's birthday. Would be Money for the Marks. That 6 would be Money in Bank Review. 13th would be alright. So
You remember Dave Crowd when we put him in the Hall of Fame?
yeah, you did. So yeah, 298 is Money for the Marks. 299 is a fallout for Money in Bank. 300 will be July 13th. The day before, because we moved back wrestling trivia. The day before, I give out the Raw tickets. So 300 will be the 13th. So the 20th, 301 will be Summer Slack.
Amazing.
301 will be Summer Slack on the 20th of July. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so fucking good. Only if you do a WrestleMania preview next year. What the fuck are you talking about, Fretz? Oh, you want to be on the WrestleMania preview show next year, Fretz? Might be hard to do because we might be in LA. Yeah.
I know, dude. Money is tight right
I
now.
understand. It's paid off like 2/3 of my Best Buy credit card.
Ooh.
That's right. I get it back because I get paid tomorrow. And I have money in the bank waiting. In a weird way. One of those will technically be the Hall of Fame. If we could potentially get somebody on, it'd be really hard. We also have to talk about the Hall of Fame off air. Like, I have an idea of who it's probably going to be. We just have to bring them on.
Yeah, I got a few ideas too.
Yeah. And I got to start designing that. Fretch really wants to do his WrestleMania preview, which is interesting.
That's fine.
It's
Have you seen? That's 4-2, by the way. Top of the 6th. I lost my train. Oh, have you seen Fretz's TikTok?
Yeah, I didn't know you had one back. He was like, "Hey, Fretch, why don't you look at you?" And like, "Oh, follow me." I've seen Fretz's TikTok.
No, Judge hit his second home run, 4-3.
All right, good job.
Sorry, 4-3 Rays. My bad. Yeah, dude, it's like Fretz posted this Eminem Smash Mouth thing today, and I was like, well, that's really fucking hilarious.
They said Judge is on pace for 63.
Yeah.
Jesus. And he goes into arbitration on Friday.
Pretty fucking ridiculous, right?
So apparently they were going to offer him I think the original contract was like 221 mil.
I gotta give him over 300.
At this point, yeah. I think I think you have to give him 300.
I mean, dude, he deserves it. Fuck it.
Especially,
He's on pace for 63.
I don't see how
Dude.
arbitration is not going to rule in his favor at this point.
Of course it will.
You know, do you see what he's having right? Do you see the year he's having right now? Like, give him the money. And how old is he? He's like what, 26?
26, 27. He's a baby.
Yeah. Give him the money while you can say he's worth the money. Yeah, let's do it. My God. So, well, you watch Stranger Things, right? Who helped me on notifications?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Kay watched Stranger Things. Because I was going to do a Stranger Things trivia that I did last week. This week's trivia, we're doing Potter trivia. I do not know.
Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently we're giving away an Elder Wand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Read the questions. Read the questions. Read
I
the
do
questions,
not have.
read the
It's
questions.
not revealed to me just yet. Oh, okay. So this was officially announced, and tonight, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door is a fatal four-way. Jay White, the IWGP champion, versus Hangman Page versus Okada versus Adam Cole.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a match.
Yeah.
Now that is a match.
Oof. Oof. Losing breath thinking about that. Holy shit. Oof. That should main event. It's not going to because AEW is stupid, but that should main event. My God. Well, I mean, I guess Hangman Page isn't feeling that bad from fucking losing the title. Oh, that's I don't even know who wins that.
Probably Okada.
Wow. Oh my God. Christian said that on TV.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Christian made fun of Luke Perry on
Do
TV.
you know exactly what he said?
No.
He said, "I never wanted to be a father figure for Jungle Boy. You have a father, but your father's dead."
Got him.
Like,
What a turn. It was a good turn last week. I'm glad they went into this program.
you gotta give Christian something to do. He can't be on Impact all the time. Apparently, Slammiversary was really good too, by the way. Which I heard was pretty interesting, especially the fact that AJ Styles showed up with a video message
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
for them turning 20. It's like AJ Styles, Kurt.
They're like, Joe, why didn't you do one? He's like, no one fucking asked me to. I think it's we're gonna have like 55 wins before the All-Star break.
That's so absurd.
Dude, they haven't even lost 20 games. They've lost 17 games.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost July.
It's pretty nuts. Oh, that's how they did it. Oh, that's a pretty sick entrance. You know how Okada has the coin drop as part of his music?
Who?
How Okada has the coin drop.
I had no idea.
Oh, like the first thing you hear in this thing is it's like a coin dropping.
Okay.
So it was Jay White, who's Bullet Club leader, and Adam Cole are beating up Hangman Page in the ring, and then you hear Okada's music, and he comes out to save Page. I'm watching NJPW posted the clip.
Mm.
That's pretty crazy.
Do I think my friend started a meme page.
There is a page. All right, so you remember when I sent you that page that you really hated, that meme that you really hated about Paul Heyman and Vicky Guerrero?
Yeah.
Charles sent me a page. Charles sent me the page where I got that from. It's on Facebook. Hold on, let me pull it up in Messenger.
Dude, Amadeus underscore Versace. That's the account. It's pretty funny. I don't know for sure who it is, but I think it's my friend. He's posting pretty ridiculous, funny memes.
So it's from useless, unsuccessful, and/or unpopular wrestling memes. And so the rules of the group, which are actually pretty good, it said original memes only, no shares, no Benoit or Owen memes, no racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, etc. No thirst, brazzers, porn screenshots of any kind.
No Benoit memes? Come on now. What if it's a good meme?
There's a couple. Um. There's a couple of really fun ones. Somebody made Jeff Cobb a Pokemon. That's fucked up. Wow, did he say that? Mm. Oh, I guess Paul Heyman did say this. Maybe he did. I don't know. There's a meme on this page that says, "Of course Adam Page is boring." It's with Paul Heyman in the back. It says, "Of course Adam Page is boring. He's an angry cowboy, then he's sad. Look, I'm not saying people shouldn't get help if they need it. They should, but angry redneck is Stone Cold's gimmick, and nobody would have wanted to see depressed Steve Austin."
Who said that?
It looks like they're trying to attribute it to Paul Heyman, and he's right. I didn't want to see depressed. I didn't want to see Steve whip some ass.
Oh, yeah. I want to see John Cena smack on Make-A-Wish kid. Just smack him in the face. Get better!
You listen to Daniel Tosh, I feel like you do.
I'm a fan
Do
of
you ever
Tosh. He's
see,
funny.
or no, you ever listen to when he talks about how he does Make-A-Wish?
No.
He's like, well, people find surprising about me is I do Make-A-Wish. He's like, trust me, the kids know what they're getting into. Parents, not so much, but the kids know. And he's like, I lay it on them. And he's like, are you sure you're going to die, kid? I got someplace to be. It's like the episode when Dave Chappelle does the Make-A-Wish and they're playing street hoops.
He dunks on him. He dies in the hospital. Go, Pete. The kid's sick. So savage.
Oh my god. So you know what I've been watching this whole week, or a lot of it is I've been catching up on Dark Side of the Ring.
I watched part 1 of Pillman a few months ago and I haven't gone back to it since.
Yo, the Pillman one's kind of wild. It's wilder ones in there, but Nick Gage one is pretty crazy.
They're all pretty crazy.
I just finished watching the one about Jake the Snake's family. That one's like semi-disturbing.
Vice did a Dark Side of the 90s.
Oh yeah, I watched the one on Pam and Tommy Lee. Because they're like, that was the first ever like viral sex tape, and I'm like, wow, they're actually right. And they literally started like a viral sex tape industry. Was the Pam and Tommy Lee tape, if you really think about it.
And then we got the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Ugh, yuck.
But the one I watched, do you ever hear about the collision in Korea?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it though.
So, essentially, Bischoff did a WCW in like NJPW sponsored show in North Korea in the mid 90s.
Bold.
Yeah. It was
Talk about a collision.
cool. Well, they had
Did they bring Dennis
well,
Rodman?
no, they had Antonio Inoki, who's the founder of NJPW, who got to put the deal together. So Inoki was there. They brought in Muhammad Ali. Scott Norton was one of the wrestlers.
Of course.
Too Cold Scorpio, aka Flash Punk, was also there. Road Warrior Hawk was part of it. Ric Flair was there because Hulk said no. Hulk's like, oh, I don't think I can make it, brother. It's like, so I asked Ric Flair. But the shit that they went through in like 4 days, I was like, oh my god. So, fucking, they were literally monitored everywhere they went.
No shit.
Like, they were, what was it? As soon as they had to take a flight to Japan. North Korea sent a plane from North Korea to Japan. He's like, because you can't just fly into North Korea. And they took a plane from Japan to North Korea, and as soon as they landed, they like confiscated anything American from them, including their passports.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. They got their passports back by the time they left. So.
Yeah, but who knows what they did with it?
Yeah. Bishop tells the story like one day he woke up and he was like, I'm just gonna go for a morning stroll around town. No, he went for a morning run because Bishop was, working out. And he was like, he went for a morning run at like 4 a.m. in North Korea.
That must have been nice.
No, it was horrible. He said he was running and he goes, as I was running around and it was getting a little bit, later on in the day, people were getting up and walking around, and like people were backing away from him.
They're like, what's
and like in terror and fear because like, Bitch was like, oh, he's like, I didn't realize. He's like, I'm a foreigner in a foreign town. I'm like, I'm the epitome of everything they've been taught to hate. And he's like, I'm the crazy American right now. And whoever was supposed to be their guide was like waiting for him at the hotel lobby. She's like, what the hell are you doing? And Bishop was like, I felt so bad because I really thought that they were probably going to kill her for letting me go out like that.
That's a good point. Damn, dude,
Yeah.
they really could have killed her.
Yeah. It like
Bishop was just like, dude, I just wanted to lose some pounds, not kill somebody.
yeah, no, the stories that are out of it, they almost killed Jim Norton, or Scott Norton actually. Which was kind of crazy. Too Cold Scorpio almost killed Hawk.
He's like, dude, I'm also black. All right, who knows what they think about me?
Yeah, they had to go to these like propaganda shoots and stuff. But they also said they had one come home. They went to some temple or something that was up like a flight of stairs, and this is like in the mid-90s. Muhammad Ali's just starting to get Parkinson's and everything. And so apparently they said it was like early in the morning. It was just them and whoever was in North Korea, Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali apparently said he took off his jacket. He started jogging up the stairs to the top of his monument. And then everybody followed him because it's fucking Muhammad Ali. And they watched him shadow box. And he was like, he still had it, even with Parkinson's. Like, he watched him just fuck around and shadow box and do his shuffle and shit. I was like, that's fucking amazing. I was like, you lucky sons of bitches. But yeah, that thing is crazy. And Bishop's like, well, I mean, we made it out alive. And, it's kind of a weird...
That's the important thing.
It's kind of a weird thing, but he's like, listen, I put on a wrestling event in front of 175,000 people. I have something up on Vince McMahon.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but Jake one's crazy. I forgot what my next one is. I think the next one might be the plane ride from hell.
That's the season finale,
No,
dude.
it's not. It's
That
the
was-
midway point.
It's not. They had the midway point. Did they come out with the new season, the second half?
The second half of season 3, I guess. But yeah,
I don't know, dude.
played right from
I
hell's the middle.
don't know if that show's gonna come back. If it does, it's gonna be kind of poopy. Because like after that Planet from Hell, no one's gonna want to go on that show anymore.
Well, Austin was on the Pillman one.
Fair enough.
Oh, the end of season 3 is the steroid trials.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I watched the Ultimate Warrior one, which pretty much they showed everybody how much of an asshole he really was.
Yeah, dude. Everyone in the business hates the Ultimate Warrior.
Jim Cornette's funny on that one. It's like, I'm Jim Cornette. I'm pretty much on everything in the business, and I can tell you for a fact, I always hated the Ultimate Warrior. What's crazy about I've noticed from Dark Side of the Ring is obviously this was done in 2021. Jim Ross is on a good amount of them. And Jim Ross will say like, "Hi, I'm Jim Ross. I'm the voice of AEW," but under his title will be like Jim Ross, former WWE executive. Like, why don't you just say he's part of AEW? Chris Jericho.
No, because it's relevant to the story they're
okay.
telling. That's
Okay,
why.
because I'm just like, Chris Jericho's narrating. Like, you can just be like, say he's an AEW person, and you know. But like Jim Cornette, well, okay, it works for Cornette too. Never mind. I was like, because Cornette's like, I've done everything in the business, but under his thing it also says former WWE exec.
Yeah, I mean, because like these are the people who were in charge during this incident happening. It's just credibility.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying though, because like they should. I guess they should like put up a stake. Like, they always put up two. Like after a commercial break, they always put it up. I think the general rule is every 15 minutes you throw up a lower third.
Yeah.
So the second one or the third one or the last one could have been, current AEW commentator or something.
Yeah.
That's like that information isn't relevant to the story they're telling.
Fair enough. You ever watch? If you ever get past Brian Pillman, Collision Careers episode 4, the Nick Gage one is really crazy. He talks about his match with David Arquette. Nick Gage is also a pretty crazy story in and of itself.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
He's the white New Jack.
Yep.
John Moxley's on that one too because he's wrestled with Nick Gage in CZW. So it's pretty crazy. The next episode I have to watch is the Dynamite Kid, and then the Plane Ride from Hell. I'm really interested to see what they talk about with Chris Kanyon.
Oh, the fact he was like gay.
No, he's trans.
He was trans.
Chris had gender affirming surgery. Because they don't go by Chris anymore. Chris,
isn't he dead? Isn't Chris Kanyon dead?
No, he's still alive.
Are you sure?
I'm very, very sure.
Chris Kanyon. No, he's dead. Dude, he died in 2010.
Oh, my fault. He is dead.
Yeah, he was like one of the first gay wrestlers or something.
I thought he was the one that got that changed his gender or affirmed his gender. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person.
I know Tyler Rex did.
Maybe
that.
I'm thinking of Tyler Rex. My apologies.
Yeah.
There's also one on Luna Vachon that I kind of want to see.
Let's see, Tyler Rex, Gabby Tuft. So I guess she goes by Gabby now. Yeah, becomes a woman at 42.
Oh, okay. So it is Tyler Rex. All right. Yeah, there's a couple. I want to see the steroid trial one, which is probably going to be interesting.
Gabe to Gabby.
But I want to see what they say about Luna Vachon.
Interesting. She's crazy.
Luna.
Luna.
She was also. I feel like she was also a really good performer.
Yeah, she was, and her voice makes my throat hurt. I'm gonna get you. Wow. See, I don't know how she talked like that all the time.
I just thought she just smoked a shit ton.
Maybe. Well, the whole Vachon family was crazy.
Not as bad as the.
His name was Mad Dog.
Not as bad as what was it? Jake the Snake's family. You ever get a chance to watch that episode? That episode's wild.
The Robertses.
Not the Smiths.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Because Jake the Snake's real name is it's like Aurelius.
His real name is Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, his real name, he was born Aurelian Smith Jr. Aurelian. Yep. So, but Jake's good on that. I mean, I mean, I have to. Jake's been very good ever since that documentary came out and he got into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's good. He needs to stay sober.
Yeah, you saw that documentary, right? The Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Yeah, it was on Netflix, and what a fucking documentary.
Yeah, that was intense. I was like, holy shit. Like that's what
DDP just saved a life.
Yeah. Like that's what I would if I like. Oh, what's addiction like? You ever see the Resurrection of Jake the Snake? This is it.
There you go.
This is it.
Have fun now.
Call me in 2 hours.
Dopes for dopes.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish the season. I want to see how they did. I did like the Pillman stuff. The Pillman stuff was good. It's a shame what happened to Pillman.
It's a damn shame.
Because he worked the whole industry into a shoot to his benefit, and that's a stroke of brilliance. Like, you got to that part, right?
I don't remember.
Where
I really don't remember.
he got himself fired from WCW.
Oh, yeah. Allegedly.
But they legitimately fired him so that he can go to WWE, get the money, and then he wanted to get into a bidding war.
Like, apparently that was Bischoff's plan. I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, sure it was. You tell him, Eric. Keep telling yourself that one. One day it'll be true, Eric. You got played, sucker.
So they can bring him back. And then he went to ECW and went off too. I'm just like, wow. Paul Heyman's a genius.
I mean, WWE is kind of doing that now with AEW, but still.
Oh, it's too funny. All right, let's get the fuck out of here so I can watch Obi-Wan and watch that finale.
Me too. That's my plan.
Yep. So everything's uploaded?
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. We will see you next week, and we'll watch Forbidden Door at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually.
whatever. See you next week, folks.